What if I told you that your must-have makeup purchase wasn't really your idea? Every month, beauty brands convince thousands of people that they need another palette, another blush, another limited edition collection they will probably forget after 2 weeks. And the people leading this emotional manipulation aren't always the CEOs or the founders, it's the community managers, the besties in the comment section, the admin in private Discord server, the brand's account replying with heart emojis and inside jokes, the people trying to make overconsumption feel like friendship. And behind the scene, they are using psychological tactics designed to trigger FOMO, that's the fear of missing out, they normalize hoarding and turn makeup collecting into a personality trait. Let's talk about it. Over the past few years, makeup marketing has evolved far beyond traditional advertising. Brands no longer just sell products, they are selling belonging, they are selling exclusivity and emotional attachment. Community managers has become some of the most powerful figures in the beauty industry because they create this illusion of intimacy between the consumers and the corporation. Inside comment section, PR chat groups, TikTok replies, and private Discord communities, artificial scarcity gets framed as selling out because everyone loves it. Massive collection and romanticized as being a true collector, a true supporter. And anyone questioning the endless launches is subtly made to feel negative, dramatic, or not part of the community. What started as enjoying makeup slowly become pressure to keep up. So in this video, we are pulling back the curtain of how makeup brands, community managers weaponize FOMO, manufacture urgency, and transform casual consumers into paid brand loyalty, constantly chasing the next launch, even when they don't actually need it.
L'Oreal True Match, so this one's going. Nothing wrong with this foundation. It actually reminds me a lot of the Armani Luminous Silk. I just know I'm going to reach for the high-end ones more. I got 2 shades of the House Labs. Both of these are staying for now. Estee Lauder Double Wear is going. It's just too dry for my skin now. The Makeup Forever HD foundations. This one's also going. I just don't love it as much as some of the others, and it's also not a great shade match. Rose Ink is staying. Great formula and a great shade match. MAC Face and Body is also staying. This is borderline a skin tint. The Shiseido Revitaliscence. This is one that I've also just opened, so this one's also staying. This one breaks my heart, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name, but it's this one. This is just too dark for me, so it's going to have to go. The NARS Natural Radiant Longwear, so I'm going to let this one go. It's just a bit too full coverage for me. The Say foundation, I'm going to keep. This is such a beautiful formula. 2 shades of the Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow. I'm going to let this go. I didn't particularly love the formula of these. I found them look quite heavy on my skin, so I'm letting these go. The Tom Ford Tracer Soft Matte, so this one's going into the maybe pile. I'm just not totally sure on this one. It's a little bit too pink for me, a little bit too cool tone, so this one's going in the maybe. Both of the Dior Forever, so the Dior Forever Skin Glow and the Dior Forever Original, I'm keeping both of these. The Glossier, I'm going to keep because I really love this formula. The NARS Light Reflecting, I'm going to put this into the maybe, probably declutter because I've got a few glowy foundations that I prefer more, as well as the Armani Luminous Silk, so I just don't love this one as much as I used to. There's something about it, it just makes my skin look a little bit more textured. I don't know what it is, but this one's going into the declutter. The Lisa Aldridge foundation is staying for now, but I really wish I had the fair olive shade because this one is just a little bit too dark for me. And the Lancôme foundation is also staying. This is one of my favorite matte ones.
I really want to talk about the friendly bestie persona and how it is one of the marketing strategies that are being used. I see this a lot. When brands launch products, they're always very friendly in the comments. This is one of the most strategic marketing that I have seen. One of the biggest evolution in beauty marketing is that brands no longer want you to feel like a corporation. They want you to feel like friends. Modern makeup brands strategically hire community managers to act less like customer service representative and more like emotional, relatable online bestie. Their job is to create this intimacy, familiarity, and trust because people are far more likely to buy from someone who they feel emotionally close to. That is why you see brands accounts constantly use phrases like, "You guys asked, so we listened. We are literally obsessed. Besties, the launch is everything. Only the real ones will remember our first palette. Don't walk, run." Language is casual on purpose. It blurs the line between friendship and advertising. And once the emotional relationship is established, criticism feels personal. Consumers begin defending brand the same way people defend celebrities, friends, or even phantoms. Suddenly, questioning a launch becomes hate, and buying every release becomes proof of loyalty. This creates the perfect environment for overconsumption because the customer are no longer feeling like they are purchasing from a corporation trying to maximize maximize profit. They feel like they are supporting a community that they emotionally belong. That's why I say this is one of the most strategic marketing that they use. That's manipulation. The brand stop feeling like a business, so consumers start treating it like one. Back in the days, brands rarely reply to comments. You will see even when people make videos about their products, brands don't reply. The brand account. But these days, it has become a normal. Even on random posts, you will see brands commenting on random posts that has nothing to do with them. And the creator that made that post will be so happy. Oh my God, like Cetaphil replied, Ceravil replied, this and that, send me product. And you see, at that point, those creators start using that opportunity to pinch themselves. Oh, I really want to work with you. Not necessarily because they love the brand or they have used the brand or they swear by this brand, but because they have seen opportunity for this brand to comment on my video. That means they might like my content. Send me some PR package. I would like to talk about your product. That is not even genuine likeness. It's just opportunity that they see. These days, we can easily see a lot of brands in the comment section dropping comments on random posts. And that way, it makes people know more about their brands because when you see a brand comment, you click, what's this brand? Sometimes you don't know what the brand sell, but with the comment, you can easily click to see what they sell. So this also an opportunity where they like market themselves to the audience that don't even know them.
This is embarrassing to record, but it's time to start Project Pan. If you've never heard of it, Project Pan is basically a way to get rid of your overconsumption. My issue is mostly makeup and skincare products. I would say this year I've been mostly good on my purchases, but last year, your girl went nuts. Here's my skin tint collection. Ridiculous. Foundation collection. Now I have two Pactratals. They're in two different colors. Kind of same with this situation here. They're in some different colors based on my tan. And then I have these glow maximizers. I have the normal size flawless filter, but I also have the travel size that I still don't use, but happen to absolutely need. And then I have the Say Super Glow and the Dior for Star. This one's nearly gone, so it's going in my Project Pan. And for the skin tints, this one's almost gone, so it's gonna go in my Project Pan. Then I feel like I can easily get through this one, so I'm gonna start with the small mini size of the flawless. Like, this is truly ridiculous when I put it.
And I also want to talk about how these community managers turn the influencing into negativity. Because the truth is, most of the videos that they comment on is when the video center around the positive parts of the brand, talking about how good the brand is. Once somebody is de-influencing their products, you're a hater, this is negativity. One of the smartest tactics beauty brands use in reframing criticism is bitterness. As consumers become more aware of overconsumption, the influencing, and even this manipulative marketing, brands had to evolve. They no longer rely on traditional hype. Instead, they subtly train audience to view this as bad vibes, hate, or someone trying to ruin their fun. And community managers play a very huge role on this. Notice how often genuine consumer critique gets dismissed online. You'll see comments like, why are people always complaining? Just let people enjoy things. If you are broke, just say it. It's not that deep. Nobody is forcing you to buy it. And I get that a lot in my videos too. This response sounds casual, but psychologically, they discourage critic thinking. They make audience feel socially punished for questioning excessive launches, inflame prices, or even obvious repackaging. Meanwhile, creators who constantly praise products are being rewarded with PR, repost, engagement, and visibility. But creators who critique overconsumption often get labeled as negative, dramatic, falling off. This creates a culture where endless consumption feels socially accepted, while mindful consumption feels socially uncomfortable. That's important because many of the massive makeup collection people later declutter were not built through conscious decision making. They were built through manufactured urgency, this emotional attachment, and online social pressure constantly reformed by community-driven hype. This is why the influencing matters. It interrupts the emotional cycle brands depend on: launch, hype, scarcity, validation, purchase, repeat. And once people start recognizing the pattern, the illusion becomes more harder to sell. I used to get comments of people calling me a hater, and it's not even new to me anymore. But recently, I think last month, I got an email from someone who wrote this long email telling me why I should not be making this kind of content. I'm a hater and everything. I took my time to read through all because it was really a long email. And I sent my response to this person that dropped the comment. And I'm like, and you see, it's always very, very easy for people who critique overconsumption to be called bitter, hater, or anything. And sometimes they can even broke shame you that you do not have this collection because you can't afford it. No, some of these products aren't even that expensive. Me choosing not to buy it because it's not necessary doesn't mean I'm broke. I have more important things I can do with my money. I have more important things I can channel the money that I will use to buy product that will sit untouched, wasted income, wasted products, wasted space, emotional clutter. I can't deal with all that. I'd rather keep my money and do more important things with my money. So if you critique overconsumption, or even if you don't make content around it, if you see these videos online and you are just watching like, why do you have so much? You are normal. Don't let these people tell you otherwise. They will tell you you are broke, you are a hater. You are not. You are not. I'm telling you, you are not.
Let's clean up my makeup room. We need the energy. I'll do like skincare in here. Prince wants to help.
Good boy.
Whoops. Giveaway, I'll be giving out these 2 boxes of makeup to 2 lucky winners. Just make sure you're following me and leave a comment on this TikTok. Also, if you love this video and you want a longer version of it, you can find it on YT, that other app. If you need a long video to watch while you're eating your food, you know where to go.
I also want to talk about where the real marketing happens, because in as much as we see the aftermath, the real marketing happens in those private communities. Most people think makeup marketing happens through this ad, influencer sponsorship, or even these PR unboxing videos that we see. But increasingly, the real manipulation happens in private digital space the average consumer never sees. I'm talking WhatsApp groups, Telegram group, subscriber group chat, private brand communities, close friends, Instagram stories, easily accessed cycle. This space creates this illusion of exclusivity while quietly functioning as high pressure marketing environment. Community managers monitors this reaction in real time, identify the most emotional invested fans, and strategically fuel this anticipation before launches even go public. The goal is simple: turn consumer into emotional attached insider. Inside those communities, hype spread faster because people feel like they are part of something special. Members gain social status by posting their full collection, buying products immediately, spotting leaks, or proving royalty to the brand before everyone sees this. And as crazy as this sounds, but it happens. And because this conversation happens in semi-private space, the marketing feel more authentic, even though it is often carefully guided behind the scene. Scarcity becomes more powerful here too. Only members can get access. This shade may never return. Don't leak this yet. Limited stock wearing. The real supporter already bought theirs. This creates an emotional hierarchy where purchasing becomes tied to belonging. The result is consumer base constantly chasing validation through consumption while believing they are anticipating in a fun community experience, not a marketing strategy. And honestly, that's what makes this version of beauty marketing so effective. People lower their guard in space that feel personal. the end of the day, this conversation is bigger than just makeup, because what we are already looking at is a marketing system designed to blur the line between community, identity, and consumption. Brands study internet culture and realize something powerful. People don't just buy products anymore. They buy this belonging, recognition, exclusivity, emotional connection. A lot of people buy products once it launch, make a video. They want to be those early bird, the people that buy first, make video and tag, because even the creators, the CEOs, says those first people that talk about their video either repost them, comment on the post, like it. So they want to feel like they are in the inner cycle, but behind what they see, you are not. You are just their cash cow. You also need to understand that community managers become the perfect bridge between corporation and consumer, transforming advertising into something that feel personal, casual, and even trustworthy. That is why so many people end up drowning in product they barely used, not because they are bad with money, not because they are weak, but because modern beauty marketing is engine to keep people emotionally engaged long after the excitement of the product disappears. The endless launches, the fake urgency, the bestie language, private group hype, the fear of missing out, none of it is accidental. And once you start recognizing the psychological tactics behind the beauty industry hype machine, it becomes much easier to separate genuine interest from manufactured desire. Because real love for makeup shouldn't feel like pressure, it shouldn't feel like competition, and it definitely shouldn't require buying every single launch just to feel included. That's why the influencing and mindful consumption matters a lot. Not because people should never enjoy their makeup or even their skincare, but because consumption deserves the ability to make intentional choices without being psychologically manipulated into constant purchasing cycle disguised as community. So I want to know your thoughts. Have you ever bought a makeup launch because you genuinely love the product, or because the internet made it feel impossible to miss out? And do you think beauty community are still about creativity and self-expression, or have they slowly turned to non-stop marketing machines? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who is trying to break out of overconsumption cycle. And as always, buy what you truly love and not what algorithm trains you to panic buy. I am Blessing, and I will see you in the next video.